Hey there, CPO here, and a long time ago, December 30th, 2014, I put out a video, about this watch, my Suunto Core All Black, and it was sort of a review, more of an overview, and how to set it up, all that kind of stuff. It's been a really long time since I've done that video, but it turned out it was super popular. A lot of people have watched that video, and I've got a few requests for an update. I was planning on doing a yearly update, but I didn't get it done. I was trying to figure out how long it's been since I actually made that video. Turns out a long time. It's been 813 days since I posted that, or that was 116 weeks, or 19,512 total hours. Or if you really want to get jiggy with it, 70,243,200 seconds have passed since I made this video. So I figured, hey, it's time for an update. So let me tell you a little bit about what I think of this watch today. And is it the same? Do I feel the same way about it? Do I still like it? Have I had any problems with it? Let's find out. So again, here's the watch. I'm still wearing it today. I don't wear it every day anymore. It was my daily wear watch all the way up until actually January of 2017. So January 2017. So almost 2 years straight I wore this watch almost every day. The reason I don't wear it every day anymore is a couple things. And one of them is actually a problem I had with the watch. Not too big of a deal, but it is kind of annoying. The other thing is I ended up getting a new smartwatch. I got a Samsung Galaxy Gear S3 smartwatch, which is a little bit more versatile for what I need, and has a lot of the same features, actually. But at any rate, this is still my go-to watch. I love this watch, but it hasn't been without some of its challenges. So here's a look at it. It's been a little bit beat up, a little rough around the edges there. You can see the aluminum bezel has basically been worn. All the black coating has worn off the bezel. That's just from me banging it into things. Like I said, I wear this watch every day for over 2 years, and yeah, it's taken a few knocks. The bezel still is smooth as ever, no issues there. One thing I can tell you, I'll go ahead and not bury the lead on this. The main button here, it doesn't quite always work, and that was one of the problems. See, wait, hold on. Let me turn off the lock. So I can get it to cycle through. Oh, now it's working, of course, because I'm trying to show you. Look at that. It's working again. So there was a period of time where that button wasn't working. Now it's working great. Oh. So that's the only problem I've had physically with this watch, is that one button. I don't know if I banged it into something. Unfortunately, you know, because I'm right-handed, it ends up pointing out on my wrist, and I have a tendency to ram that into things. So it's possible that something just happened. There was a period I tried to set it when the time changed recently, and it took me forever to get the menu to come up, because when I'd hold it, it just would not recognize it's being held. Anyway, it looks to be working now, so maybe I should just call this good. That's the only issue I've had with the watch, mechanically. Electronically. So I've replaced the battery in this twice. It does have the replaceable battery, which is one of the features I really liked about it. It's the standard CR2032 battery. I use it in a lot of other electronics. I will tell you, this little tab in the back you can use a coin, a quarter to undo it, or it's actually designed that the battery itself can be used. So if you have a new battery, you can go in there, pop it off, take out the old battery, put the new battery in, and then use the old battery to retighten it. It didn't work that way in practice. Actually, I had to drag out sort of a really fat flathead screwdriver because it was such a tight fit. The battery, coins, none of that was really working. It just felt like it was sort of stripping off of there. But I only changed the battery twice in that 2-year period. So that's not a big deal. It's still hard as heck to read in a lot of lighting conditions. As you can see, probably the whole time I've been showing you this in the video, there's probably been times where it's been a challenge to read that display. I still recognize that. I'm wearing glasses, and if I have them on, I can usually make out the time pretty well, but if you even have a little bit of a vision problem, it's going to be really hard to see that time consistently. It's just so dim. This is not the factory band. Actually, my factory band is right here. This bad boy finally broke after 2 years. This is about the time I stopped wearing this watch is when I replaced this band. So it's been a couple of years. And as you can see, it broke off right there where it basically, the piece that connects to the watch finally split. There's those lines. And one of those lines, it started to split. And then it started to pull and pull and pull and eventually just broke off. So I really liked this band. It's super lightweight, has a good feel to it on the wrist. This is a big watch, and I've got, fairly skinny wrists. So it was nice to have a band that felt really comfortable. It did get a little bit shiny over the years. Something I'd noticed, I think it was a little bit more of a matte color when I started. But now it's more shiny over time. But anyway, so when I went to replace it, I ended up going back with a Suunto replacement band. This is a silicone band, I believe. And this is the one you can buy with the replacement lugs. You see those lugs there? What I liked about that idea is I didn't just... now I'm not stuck with just this band. I can literally use a NATO strap or whatever other watch band I want to use because these lugs allow me the ability to have band options. I thought I was going to use a NATO strap on it, which is why I got this. As it turns out, and I tried that with a NATO strap, as it turns out, it's less comfortable. Like I said, it's a big watch, so if you don't have a nice band that sort of has a little bit of grip and security that's lightweight, you tend to feel this big thing banging around. So with the NATO band, I had to make it either really tight to hold tight to my wrist, which wasn't as comfortable, or I just went back to the silicone band, and now it's back to being super comfortable again. So this was a Suunto brand. It was probably like $40 for that. It's a little bit different in design. Like you can see there, it doesn't have the ribs, which is actually the breaking point on the original one. But everything else about it is pretty much the same. Super soft, comfortable, really like it. So in the end, so it's been 2 years. I bought this watch, my hard-earned cash, right? I didn't get it for free or anything like that. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. I really like the watch. There's some things I wish it did differently or, whatever. So... but all in all, I really, really like this watch. And for whatever reason that I don't wear my my S3, my new smartwatch, I'm wearing this guy. No questions asked. This is still the go-to watch when I'm not wearing that one. And some days I just choose this one over that anyway, just because I really like the watch. Now with that said, I got this watch because of all the features it had with regard to, the altimeter, barometer, compass, stopwatch, timer, all that stuff. I didn't use hardly any of that stuff. Over the course of 2 years, I think I used the timer a couple of times. Trying to think here. That's about it. Like, I didn't use it nearly as much as I intended when I bought it. So what it ended up being was a really cool watch that I use to tell time, which is, primary purpose of a watch. But all those other features I tended not to use as often as I thought I was going to. Just just turned out that way. So of course, during that period of time, I've never been lost in the woods. I haven't had to navigate back to civilization. I did check it out in an airplane. The altimeter was pretty accurate. I was doing some flying with Civil Air Patrol during that time that I was wearing the watch, and every once in a while I would run the altimeter. The problem with it, you have to always calibrate it, right, to find, you know, where you're at present, and then it will continue to monitor from there. But because air pressure changes the readout on the altimeter, that's how the altimeter works, is by reading air pressure. You have to go through that calibration stage every time. Eventually, it just became more of a gimmick for me, sort of a fun thing to do, but not anything necessary, so I stopped messing with it. But that's it. Yeah, it's a cool watch, and still like it. Like I said, that one button, that's the only thing. Of course, now the button is working perfectly. So maybe there was a piece of sand or something that got jammed in there that was giving it grief. So here you go. I mean, live on video, what I thought was going to be a problem is now no longer an issue. So I guess the guy's still running great. Anyway, thanks for your feedback. If you have any questions, let me know. But I know I've got a lot of requests for What About Now from you. And boom, here it is. What About Now? 2 years later. Love the watch. Replace the band. $40 to replace a band. So you know the watch, because I could buy a watch for $40, right? You know the watch is worth something to me when I'll spend $40 to replace the band. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.